Hello Vault Heads, this is the self-proclaimed, sarcastically named Captain KeyForge, also known as PJ Broughton of the Steel City Snufflegators.
Welcome to the latest episode of Captain's Commpod. Thank you for joining me, I appreciate it. We're back with our Is KeyForge Winds of Exchange Any Good At series, back with the latest episode, so I hope you're enjoying those. We've got another one today where we're going to look at the rarity of cards, house breakdown, talk about a few specific cards. But yes, today it's going to be Is KeyForge Winds of Exchange Any Good at Archiving? Okay, so that's the element of KeyForge we're going to be looking at today, and how easy it's going to be to squirrel away combo pieces into your archive to let you build up for either big turns or big actions. So there are 16 cards in Winds of Exchange that allow you to archive your own cards. I haven't included cards that let you archive your opponent's cards. So 16 cards allow you to get one of your own cards into your archive. Okay. Of those 16, 14 are new Winds of Exchange only cards which we've never seen before. So quite a lot of new cards in there. Some of them are self-referential, for instance. And then there are 2 cards that have been reprinted from previous sets that we're going to be seeing in KeyForge Winds of Exchange. So that's your 16 in total. 14 new cards and 2 reprints. Okay, so then we'll go on to how much that is as a percentage. So, as you probably heard from the other ones, there are 403 total cards in KeyForge Winds of Exchange. That's the size of the card pool. Okay, so out of 403 cards, you've got 16. So 16 out of 403 is 3.9%. So 4% of the cards archive. I mean, you get 12, 24, 36 cards. So 3.9%. I don't know. You get 36 out of 43. It's not a massive high likelihood of seeing them, to be fair. But we'll go on to the house breakdown. So 4 different houses all have just one card in their house that allows them to archive. Okay, so Brobnar is one of those houses. Brobnar has 1 archive card. Sanctum is one of those. Sanctum has 1 archive card. Equidon is one of those. Equidon has 1 archive card. And lastly, Unfathomable is one of those. So Unfathomable has 1 archive card. So yeah, all those 4 houses have 1 card in their house that allows them to archive a card away. Okay, then Saurian. Move on to Saurian. Now, Saurian have 3 cards that allow them to archive a card away. So that's better. Also, not exactly their strength from other sets archiving. So 3 archive cards for them is good for them, and they'll be happy with that. Then Star Alliance comes next. Star Alliance has 4 archive cards in its house. So yeah, Star Alliance fans, again, not necessarily the house of archiving, but that is looking good for there. And then at top is Mars. Now, yeah, Mars not necessarily the best archiving house, but when you look back at the old card pools, they did do a bit of archiving, usually of themselves and their own cards. But yeah, they have 5 archive cards in this set, 5 cards that archive their own cards. So yeah, Mars at the top. We'll go on to the rarity of the cards now. Okay, now in 4th place for rarity, we've got 2 different types of card. Okay, so first of all, there is 1 token creature that allows you to archive cards. Okay, and then also as well, besides that, there is 1 uncommon rarity card that lets you archive cards. So yeah, 1 token creature and 1 uncommon card let you archive the cards. Yeah, there are 5 different rarities of card. Okay, the next one again, this is sort of joint second place. And there are two of each of these. So there are two cards with special rarity that allow you to archive a card. I believe those are both the Saurian ones when I was having a look through. So yeah, two special rares that allow you to archive, and then there are two normal rares that allow you to archive. So yeah, in fourth place it was the uncommon and the token, and in second place, joint second, it is rare and special rare with two of each. Okay, and then that brings us to what is at the top with most, and that's actually common cards, which is good to see. So, again, if you've been doing your maths, there are 10 common cards in Winds of Exchange that allow you to archive your own cards, either from play, from hand, or from discard. So, yeah, 10 cards in total that allow you, that are common, that allow you to archive your own cards. Okay, so sets. We're going to look at the sets, and if you look at Call of the Archons, that had 15 cards in it that allowed you to archive your own cards, which puts it in last place in sixth. So Call of the Archons is in sixth place with 15 archive cards. Then next we've got Winds of Exchange. So Winds of Exchange is fifth with its 16 archive cards, but not a lot of difference there between 15 and 16. The only difference really is that token creature in Winds of Exchange that lets you archive cards. So yeah, very similar between those. Then we will go into fourth place. Fourth place is Worlds Collide, and that had 20 different cards that let you archive cards from your own hand, deck, discard, from play, whatever. So yeah, even the Purge with the Universal Recycle Bin. So yeah, 20 different cards that let you archive your own cards. Then we move up in joint second place, Age of Ascension and Dark Tidings. Look at that, found something that Age of Ascension is pretty good at. Age of Ascension and Dark Tidings both had 21 cards that allow you to archive cards from your own deck. Again, that is from hand, that is from discard, that is from play. But yes, Dark Tidings had 21 cards that allowed you to do it. And also as well, Age of Ascension had 21 cards that allowed you to do it. So that leaves us with one set left, which is obviously top of the shop. And in first place is Mass Mutation, and that had 23 cards that allowed you to archive one of your own cards from one of your own piles, whichever that pile may be. So yeah, Mass Mutation at the top of the archiving shop. So yeah. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at 6 specific cards which allow you to archive, because in this set, out of the 16 cards, 10 of them archive either a specific card, usually themselves, or a random card. Okay, there are only actually 6 of them that allow you to choose the card that you put into your archive. Okay, so obviously we want to keep the archive the same, so ideally we want to keep putting the same house in there, so this is quite useful. So first we're going to look at Mars. Mars have 2 cards that allow you to choose the card that you archive. So the first is one of their 4 token creatures that you've possibly heard me talk about before, and it is Researcher, which is a Martian scientist, power 1, 0 armor, and it has the ability Omni, reveal a Mars card from your hand and archive it. So I love the fact that it's Omni. I love the fact that you choose the card that you archive. I don't love that it's got to be a Mars card, because obviously Mars is your token creatures, so you might want to choose Mars a lot. So there might be a little bit of anti-synergy in that you sort of might want to choose Mars a lot, but equally this is going to make you want to archive Mars cards. So where you've got this guy, you probably want to be choosing the other sets, the other houses, and then archiving Mars and building to a big Mars turn. But I do like that. The other one is Incubation Chamber, which is a reprint. It is an artifact, and it says Omni, reveal a Mars creature from your hand. If you do, archive it. So both the Mars cards let you choose the card that you archive, but in both cases, it has to be a Mars card that you put away. It either has to be a Mars creature, if it's incubation chamber, or it has to be a Mars card that you've shown to your opponent, if it is researcher. Then we're going to go on to Saurian. So Saurian have two creatures that allow you to archive a specific card, a card that you choose. Okay. The first one is Aristotle Mimus, which is a special rare and comes as part of the set, as does the other one in this set. And it says, after Reap, if Aristotle Mimus has a wisdom counter, draw one card, archive one card, and play a card from your archives. Otherwise, you may play a card from your archives. So if this guy has a wisdom counter on him, you will be able to archive a card and it will come from your hand and you will choose what it is, which is quite good. The only problem with this is probably getting it off because, yeah, he's going to have to be in play, he's going to have to be ready, all that jazz. And he's also going to have his mate help him out, which is Plato Pelter, which is a power 5 creature with no armor. They're both power 5 creatures with no armor. And that one says, after Reap, if Plato Pelter has a wisdom counter, draw one card, archive one card, and you may put a wisdom counter on Aristotle Mimus, otherwise archive one card. So again, this guy lets you choose the card, and even if this guy hasn't got a wisdom counter on him, after Reap he does let you archive a card, which is good. But the whole of these three are a little bit fiddly and a little bit tricky to get off and not that easy. So they look fun to play with, but just because something looks fun doesn't mean it looks competitive. And I often think that things that are fun aren't actually competitive and consistent. And that's going to bring me on to Star Alliance. So they have two cards which allow you to archive a card. So the first one is Ganymede Outpost. So this one is an artifact with an amber pip, and it says, action, put a friendly creature on the bottom of its owner's deck. If you do, archive two cards. Two things I like about this. First of all, if you've got a token creature that's actually a value card that you want for later, you can put it on the bottom of your deck and get it back later when you might want it. Secondly, when you do that, it allows you to archive two cards. I think it's actually a very good card. It allows you to build cards into the bottom of your deck for later, and it also allows you to build an archive. So that is a good card. I really like that one. The next one is an action card, which has an amber pip, and it's called Recorded History, Action Play. Reveal up to 3 cards of different houses from your hand. Archive each card revealed this way. I liked that it lets you archive mass cards, because 3 is really good. I don't like that you have to reveal them. And I also don't like that they all have to be from different houses. I think there's a good chance if I was using that, I would only ever reveal one and archive one. But yeah, it would depend on the game situation. But it's still a good card. So yeah, I wouldn't be unhappy seeing either of those. So yeah, that's my review of the archive cards. So what do we think? Is KeyForge Winds of Exchange any good at archiving? What do you think? Do you think I'm going for yes? Do you think I'm going for no? Or what do you think? So I'm going for no. And the reason I've gone for no is because Winds of Exchange and Call of the Archons are both in a pile at the bottom of the pack. Every set other than those two has 25% more cards that archive. Every other set has 5 cards or more that allow you to archive cards. Also as well, the 16 Winds of Exchange cards, 10 of them don't let you choose the card you're archiving either. And then another 2, it has to be House Mars. So because of all those reasons, for me, it's a no. So as ever, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm on people's Discords. I have Twitter. I have email. Feel free to get in touch. Let me know. Yeah, yes, Captain, I agree. No, I don't. Appreciate it. But thank you for staying with me to the end of another Captain's Commpod. So next week, I'm going to take a look at is KeyForge Winds of Exchange any good at recursion. So I'd love for you to come and hear my thoughts and opinions on that one. You would be more than welcome. But as ever, thank you for staying with me till the end, and may the Forge be with you.